What's good, y'all? I'm Jerry, about to check out. This is breaking news. Jerry Lawler rushed to the hospital early today. Huge WWE returns, WWE Jeff Hardy tribute, wrestling news, everything from WrestleMania. So, about to hop into this video, man. First and foremost, I would like to wish Jerry the King Lawler a speedy recovery and a prayers go out to him and his family during this tough time. Though it's kind of rough and unexpected, but prayers go out to him, and I hope he pulls through this and has a full recovery. So we're about to hop into the video.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. It's the first Raw of February as the road to WrestleMania makes its way towards the 18th February Elimination Chamber PLE. Last night's show features 3 Elimination Chamber qualifier matches and a steel cage grudge match between Becky Lynch and Bayley. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE has drastically changed WrestleMania plans.
They did.
A huge bout planned for Elimination Chamber. Jerry Lawler has been rushed to hospital. WWE superstars won intergender matches. Becky Lynch's Jeff Hardy tribute. Where was Rhea Ripley, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Bobby Who. As we'll see, last night's Raw had some good promos and some bad ones. Brock Lesnar's promo definitely wasn't bad, as the Beast showed that he's mastered the art of promos, rounding out his wrestling persona as more than a monster who wrecks opponents. Bobby Lashley was in full heel mode, telling Lesnar he's bested him at
I thought Bobby was a babyface though.
Beating him or leaving them unconscious, so why should he give him a match? The Almighty went into diva mode, telling Lesnar he'd have his attorney, agent, and manager review the contract and get back to him.
I thought Bobby was a babyface.
Unfortunately, Lashley made the critical error of turning his back on Lesnar, allowing Brock to F5 him not once, but twice. The segment superbly incorporated promos and physicality to build up a huge match. Also, that line, I crawl into bed with my wife, and after 4 or 5 hours, all I can think about is Bobby Lashley.
What?
Well, for one thing, Brock Lesnar is definitely going to be coming hard at Bobby Lashley.
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming hard.
It's an exciting match. Did last night's Alpha Academy versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin bout have any stakes like a title shot? Well, no, but it was still an action-packed bout that was entertaining and likely had fans looking for a rematch down the road. It remains to be seen just what MVP's role with the former members of the Hurt Business is, but one thing is clear, both superstars are benefiting from his presence.
Okay.
Number 3, WWE cutting its losses. It's been a long time coming, but JBL finally fired Baron Corbin after endless losses by his would-be protege. JBL and Corbin make a good team, but no matter how well they gel, you can't escape the fact that Corbin can't get over if he's jobbing every week. Hopefully the WWE is either using this breakup to lead to better things for Corbin, or it's just a case of the WWE cutting its losses while it figures out the latest makeover for Corbin.
Okay.
Number 4, Theory looks like a champion.
Finally,
continues to up his game when it comes to presenting
he been
himself
proving
as a
himself. They
champion.
had a boy driving a Corvette,
to Raw in a Lamborghini,
a Lambo.
living the
That
good
was a
life
Lambo
from
last
being
night.
a champion. Theory looked like a champion and a celebrity, furthering his development as a major player in the making. The segment also drove home the benefits of holding a title, the big bucks that come with it.
Okay.
Number 5, Roman Reigns was the son Dusty always wanted.
Damn.
Last night's promo between Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman was a masterpiece. First, Cody put over Sami Zayn, telling the fans he might be his opponent at WrestleMania rather than Roman Reigns, a way to remind fans of the critical championship contest coming at Elimination Chamber. Things took a sharp detour when Reigns' tribal counsel Paul Heyman showed up, leading to a compelling exchange that incorporated reality and kayfabe. Cody had a heart-to-heart with Heyman, shaking his hand and telling Heyman how much he respected him. Rhodes told the fans it was time to pull back the curtain, and he told a somber story of how Dusty was flat broke in 2000. That is until Paul Heyman offered him an appearance on ECW, paying Dusty and restoring the American Dream's confidence in himself. Cody couldn't thank Paul Heyman enough. Heyman seemed genuinely touched by Rhodes' gratitude, but it didn't take long for Heyman to show his sinister side. Paul recalled Dusty's days as a trainer at the WWE PC, listing the many wrestlers he named. Heyman pointing out that Dusty never trained Cody, perhaps because he wanted him to step out of his dad's monument-sized shadow.
Yeah.
Heyman used his words to strike close to home as he told Cody Dusty always considered him as a favorite, but that Dusty said that Roman Reigns was the son he always wanted.
Damn.
Rather than destroying Heyman, Cody told Heyman he'd just make things personal and to tell his boy he's coming for both of his titles. This was more than a powerful promo. It was a carefully crafted character study of both men, showing Rhodes' virtues and Heyman's willingness to use anything to get an advantage for Roman Reigns. This promo became an instant classic and is already being talked about as one of the best in recent memory. Number 6, planting some storytelling seeds. And more good plots and subplots as the WWE had fans wondering what MVP's role is with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, why Nikki Cross apparently is stalking the Garganos and Dexter Lumis, and what's next for the Maximum Male models now that they're on Raw. And it's Alita. Quite a surprise in last night's main event as Hall of Fame.
So that means Trish coming back next week. Maybe.
Match against
Possibly.
Bayley. Things looked grim for the man when Dakota Kai and Io Sky interfered in the match, but then Alita's music hit and Alita ran in for the save, taking Kai and Sky
You
out.
look young as she did, better than she did back then, back in the day.
As we'll see in the news, this may
She
only
looked
be the
even
beginning
younger.
for Lita and Becky as a team. But that was a good one about the baddest. Number 1, a stalled star. Last night's Raw featured the 284th return of Edge to Raw, with Beth Phoenix joining him in the ring for a promo. Edge and Beth called out Rhea Ripley. What was funny was that Beth wasn't having it this time, as she clearly told Edge no. As you might recall, Edge copped a feel of his wife Beth Phoenix while they were out on a previous Raw. Edge and Beth called out Rhea and Finn Balor, eager for revenge from Extreme Rules.
They got a tag team
no
match.
one surprised the Judgment Day showed up, but Rhea Ripley was absent. Things quickly broke down after an awkward exchange between the heels and the baby faces, with Priest and Dominic stumbling through their promos. Beth Phoenix didn't do much better, and thankfully the two groups started brawling, with the Street Profits running in to even up the odds. The only highlights of this opener were Edge telling the heels how they'd drop each other fast, and then Dominic dropped his pants in the clink, and Beth Phoenix hitting a glam slam on Dominic. And number 2, shortchanging a cage match. But 15 minutes isn't enough time for a main event match, let alone a steel cage match, especially when it's also interrupted by commercials. This bout deserved more time and honestly should have been held on a PLE, but kudos for the WWE giving the fans the match. It had to cut due to time constraints, but booze for shortchanging the women yet again. Now, it was nothing downright ugly, as it was a solid show, as last night Raw prepared the
It was a
fans
little boring to me, I ain't gonna lie.
whilst also booking some interesting matches and segments for next week. Adding a great surprise of Lita showing up, and it was a good night for Raw. What would you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below.
A little boring.
Now, let's move
Other
on to
than
the
Alita
news.
stuff.
Our first story looks at WWE drastically changing the plans of WrestleMania. Atop today's news is a talk that WWE changed up its plans for Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Meltzer commented on the Wrestling Observer Radio, if it was Roman and The Rock, then they were going to create a championship on Saturday night that Cody would have probably ended up winning. But it was Cody, Drew, or Rollins that was going to come out of that one. They were creating a second one because they wanted to go back to 2 titles. Meltzer stressed, the key to this is that they're not creating a new championship on the Saturday night show. Yeah, they were talking about doing a second title on Saturday night. Do you guys think that Raw needs a world title? Next up, Jerry Lawler has been rushed to hospital. Jerry Lawler was taken to the hospital on 6 February and his condition is unknown and there are very few details concerning the situation. Here is what we know as of now. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting, the story that has made the rounds is that Lawler had been out for lunch with friends and sometime after that lunch took ill and was rushed to the hospital. PWInsider.com had learned of the issue last night, but out of respect to Lawler and his family, had chosen not to report it. We'll continue following the story and we'll send our thoughts and prayers to Jerry Lawler and his many fans, friends, and family.
Yes, sir.
Next up, a big rumor as a big bout is planned for Elimination Chamber. It looks like Lita's return could be just the start of a program involving her, Becky Lynch, and another Hall of Famer taking on Damage Control.
Possibly Trish.
Lita and Lynch are expected to battle Damage Control Elimination Chamber, and they may be joined by WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. It's unknown whether Trish will wrestle or work at ringside to counter any outside interference from Dakota Kai. Would you guys like to see this match? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
How are AEW stars reacting to live event announcements? AEW recently announced they'll be beginning running live events, aka house shows, soon, so how's the locker room reacting to the news? Well, according to Fightful Select, the reaction has been positive, and the patron site reports that multiple wrestlers had lobbied for it in order to help younger stars get experience by working matches with established stars.
Okay.
Next up, WWE superstars want intergender matches. Now, the upcoming Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor vs Beth Phoenix and Edge match at Elimination Chamber shows the WWE still booking intergender matches. A recently current Raw Superstar meeting weighed on intergender matches, telling Wrestling In, I love it. Intergender wrestling has been a part of me for as long as since I've started. I've been doing it for years, and even just the little stuff, it might not be what I used to do in the Independence or an Impact, but just the little stuff. It just means so much to me that I get to go with the boys and hang out with them.
What's up,
Former member of Retribution also explained how the WWE's male superstars feel. they're just excited, if not more than us. Would you guys like to see more intergender matches in WWE?
I love them
Let us know in the
intergender
comments
matches.
down below. Next up, where was Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley missed this week's Raw for the kayfabe reason that she was making a promotional appearance. However, what was the actual reason for her absence? Well, it turns out the Nightmare was spending some quality time with her family, as she tweeted a lovely family photo. Finally, Becky Lynch's Jeff Hardy tribute. Last but not least, Alita's surprise return on Raw brought back memories for Alita fans and apparently nostalgia for Jeff Hardy. Twitter user Wrestling Covers posted a brief video of Becky Lynch and Alita celebrating in the ring after Raw went off the air. It's just another example of how one generation of wrestlers often inspires the next. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, as well as a review of this week's Raw. Be sure to leave your comments down below.
Alright, y'all, let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.